Hello all, I welcome you to this YouTube channel, and today we want to show us how we can set up a VLAN trunk on MikroTik devices. As you all know, VLAN is a way of breaking your physical network into multiple logical network. In other words, you have a particular LAN, local area network, and you want to segment it. So VLAN is the way to go about it. And then we'll be doing this using MikroTik devices via the WinBox. So from the topology that we have on our screen, we can see that we label some connections as trunk and some as access. So in VLAN, when you see a trunk, that means that it can carry more than one VLAN, while for access it only carry a single VLAN. VLAN are being denoted using numbers. We have from 1 to 4095. In other words, you can create a total number of 4095 VLANs on your devices. VLAN 1 is not supposed to be used. That is the native VLAN, and it's by default, so you can use other numbers. So from our screen, we are going to be creating VLAN 20 and VLAN 10, and we are going to be doing some verification. The purpose of VLAN is to ensure that only devices that are in the same VLAN can communicate. Devices that are in different VLAN are not supposed to communicate at all. But if you have a router in place, then the configuration can allow devices in different VLANs to communicate. But for the purpose of our topology and for today, we are only going to show us how you can set up VLAN on a switch on a MikroTik device, and then we verify if it is possible that VLAN on the same, devices on the same VLAN can communicate, while those while for different VLAN there is not supposed to be a communication. So to proceed, launching our WinBox, we go into switch A and then as well as switch B. Switch A is to my left of the screen, while switch B is to the right of the screen. You label devices on MikroTik, click on System Identity, and supply your desired name. So the first thing to do is to create a bridge, and to do that, in your WinBox, just click on Bridge, Add button, give it a name that you desire. Let's call it bridge 1. Let's leave it as default. Other parameters should be left as default. Click Apply. Let's do the same on switch B. Add, apply, OK. So after you have created the bridge, the next is to add ports. And in the addition of the ports, you specify the PVID. The PVID is to define the ports that are accessed. And from our screen on switch A, Ether 9 and Ether 10 are the access ports. The same thing for switch B as well. Remember, access ports can only carry a single VLAN. So let's add ports to the bridge. Click on ports, click on add. We're adding Ether 2, which is the trunk port to bridge 1. I'm not going to specify the PVID for Ether 2 since it is not an access port. Okay, then for Ether 9 and Ether 10, Ether 9. So to specify your PVID while creating your port, just come to the VLAN tab and then supply the number. For Ether 9, the PVID is 20. Let me confirm from our design. Yeah, it's 20. The next port, which is Ether 10, has a PVID of 10. Apply. Okay, we go to switch B and we do the same thing as well. We've created the bridge and we add ports to the bridge. We're adding Ether 9 and Ether 10 as well. So my Ether9, Ether10, no problem. PVID of 10, apply OK. Ether9 PVID of 20. Don't forget to add the Ether2 on port. So the next step, after we have created the port and specify the PVID, the next step is to specify the tagged and untagged ports. So to do that, we go to bridge, then we click on VLAN. This is not the same thing as the VLAN under the ports, but this is the VLAN under the bridge, which is here. Then we click on add. Of course, the parameter to supply our bridge, which is bridge 1. Then the next one that we need to supply is a trunk port, this tagged, and that is Ether2. Then for the untag, we supply Ether9. We also supply Ether10. So those are the parameters that we are going to supply: the tag port and the untag port, the bridge parameter, and the VLAN ID as well. So the VLAN ID here is VLAN 10, VLAN 20. And we repeat the same step for switch B as well. So our bridge that we created will come to the VLAN, not this one, sorry. VLAN here, interface bridge, then this VLAN tab, click add your VLAN's ID, VLAN 10, 20, tag port, which is Ether2, untagged, which is Ether9, 10. Apply OK. The last step is checking the VLAN filtering, which is done under this particular. Sorry, where is it? Sorry. Yeah. Interface bridge VLAN. Okay, we double click our bridge, then we click the VLAN tab, then we check this one. Leave other parameters as default. Come to bridge, double click on bridge, the VLAN tab, check this, apply OK. This is the last step that you need to take, particularly if you are doing it remotely. If you are not physically connected, because if you check it from the onset, you might lose connectivity. So for the steps that we have taken, we have set trunk and access ports on our switches. We have checked every parameters that needed to be checked. So let's do some verification. Let's go to our end devices. This is PC1. Let's give it an IP address of 192.168.10.2/24. Those that are on the same VLAN. So we go to PC4 as well. Let's give it an IP address of 192.168.10.4/24. Let's see if we can reach .4 from .2 PC1 to PC4. Let us do for PC2 and PC3. PC2, PC2 is on VLAN 20, so 20.2, subnet of 24. PC3. let us check if we can ping 192.168.20.2 from PC3, which are on the same VLAN. Alright, so we can, devices that are on the same VLAN, even though they are in different locations, are reachable. And we now check if we can, from this PC3, if we can ping 10.4. It should not go because they are not in the same VLAN, and also there is no router in between them, no gateway fan. So only those that are in the same VLAN can communicate, and that's what we want to achieve. So I encourage us to practice more, do a tweaking here and there, and then if you have any question, feel free to hit the comment section. And I want us to also subscribe, to like and share this video. Thank you. See you in the next video.